if the food we showed you earlier wasn't enough, exquisite dishes created by some of Intercontinental Manila's talented chefs are being paired with selected wines this month. Now, Caroline Howard sat down with the hotel's food and beverage director, Laurent Cassirer, for a preview of Prince Albert's Rotisserie Mushroom Festival.
Mr. Cassirer, the Prince Albert is coming from a largely European tradition. Part of the menu is changing, I understand. And
yes.
One of the things you're bringing in this month is a mushroom festival. Why a mushroom festival?
At the Intercontinental Hotel, we pride ourselves in bringing different festival to the Prince Albert. We try to bring a little bit these flavors of the French traditional cuisine, but still with a bit of the Prince Albert touch. It's actually the best season for us in France to pick up the mushrooms because it's very humid, it has been raining, and it's still after the rain a bit dry. You are flying the mushrooms from our supplier in France. So normally it comes to the very big market of Rungis, which is based in the north of France, and where you have mushrooms coming from all around Europe. The mushrooms we get are from Italy, where you have the porcini, the portobello mushrooms, and the rest of France, where you have the chanterelle, the cèpe, and the bolet, which are also found in the forest around France. In terms of flavor, you have mushrooms which will be, of course, very powerful in taste and aromas. Some will be a little bit more soft and actually will bring a bit of flavor to your dish, but will also be a good accompaniment, like a good mix for your food in terms of texture.
The variety ranges from the chanterelle mushrooms to the Italian portobello and porcini, to the wild-growing abalone from France, the Japanese gnocchi, and the black truffles.
This is the king of the mushroom. Originally from Italy, it's one of the most expensive ingredients you can find around the world.
It's easy to think that mushrooms come with a certain degree of exoticism in terms of what it adds to the dish. But as regards mushrooms, what kind of quality does it bring to a dish?
Mushroom is not a spice, it's not a herb, it's in between, so it brings really aromatic flavor without being, of course, too strong, but it also brings more the flavor of the dish itself. So if you have a lamb or if you have a beef, the taste of the lamb and the beef will be even more tasty, I would say, so thanks to the mushroom.
Are there certain mushrooms best suited for certain dishes?
If you take meat, then you will go for some mushroom which are a bit stronger in taste. So the chanterelle are very soft and would match maybe more the entrees, the salad, and some of the fishes that you can find. Of course, the chanterelle is also a good mix with the white wine. So usually when you have a wine pairing to do, the chanterelle is a very nice match with the white wine and some delicate dishes. The porcini portobello, of course, is traditionally a very nice match with the pasta. So you cook it with a bit of cream, and then you can add, whether or not you can add a little bit of duck or a bit of meat inside, or like a lamb. That's matching very well with the lamb because it's also a little bit earthy, a little bit smoky taste. Traditionally in the southwest of France, where I'm from, the cèpe is actually a kind of a big mushroom, also very, very aromatic. We usually cook this in omelette, or we cook this with, with sauteed potatoes with a little bit of duck there on the side, duck breast. That's a very nice combination usually.
The special course you're lining up is happening, can be enjoyed for a whole month.
Absolutely.
Talk about that menu.
We have tried in this menu to really use all the different mushrooms that we could find from France, and for some of them, trying to have, of course, the best match with the food. So if you talk about the pappardelle, then we would match it with more like Italian mushrooms. We had also a consommé made from mushroom, portobello mushroom. You know, portobello has a strong taste, so it is the mushroom which has actually the most flavor when you extract it with a consommé. We had, of course, a nice cream of mushroom with a little bit, of course, of French chanterelle. They could expect a little bit of travel around, of course, Europe, because you also have a couple of dishes which are more or less Italian and a couple of dishes which are more traditional from the southwest of France. So it's experiencing through different flavors and different texture. So you have those aromas, but you also have the way actually the food is coming together in your mouth, which is a very essential part of the degustation. Some mushrooms, as you can taste them, have an earthy taste, something like a bit flavorful, a bit like woody, a bit earthy, a bit dusty. So we have actually wines that are matching those mushrooms. So if you take a wine which is base of Cabernet Franc, which we can find in the Loire Valley of France or in Bordeaux region, those wines actually very well assorted with those type of mushrooms. So the flavors will be a bit of vegetal, which you can find in the wine as well, and this aftertaste, which is a bit earthy, a bit rough at the same time, but it's usually a good match. In our wine dinner, we have a dish with very strong taste of food. We are matching this one with a Pomerol, which is a Bordeaux wine with a majority of Merlot and Cabernet Franc.
Chef de cuisine for Prince Albert Rotisserie Benedict Mendoza shows us how to make one of their featured dishes.
We're making pappardelle pasta with different kinds of mushroom. We have the abalone mushroom, the chanterelle mushroom, the shiitake mushroom, and the gnocchi mushrooms. Also the black mushroom, the truffle. So we put all the different kinds of mushroom in a pan. This cream is with white wine sauce and onions. Reduce the white wine, then put the onions and the cream, and then salt and pepper.
The sauce is poured into the mushroom mix, then in goes the pre-boiled homemade Italian pappardelle pasta with herbs, then the cherry tomatoes. Upon plating, the pasta is topped with shavings of black truffles. Here we have the pappardelle pasta with assorted mushrooms, 7 by my last count, and it really looks like an interesting dish, and I can imagine one very potent with different flavors as well. There's a melange or mixture of textures and flavors in this dish, ranging from the very subtle chanterelle mushrooms to the heady taste of black truffles. And what better way to enjoy it than with a glass of Sauvignon Blanc. And that will do it for this edition of Taste Buds. I'm Caroline Howard. Remember, life is a treat. Till next time.